Falafel 1. You ready to go? Welcome to Falafel 101. Now, you can make falafel balls on your own out of chickpeas, etc., but it takes a lot of work. It's way easier to go, and there's a couple of different mixes that you can get, which are basically dried chickpeas and the spices already added. This one happens to be made by Cedar. There's another company that's produced by Superstore. In either case, they're already good. Saves you a lot of time and effort. All you need is your chickpea flour, or falafel mix in this case. Now again, this is one of those meatless dishes. We could almost call this one vegan. Yeah, we could actually. Now this one requires the falafel mix, 1 3/4 cups of water, which we're going to add to our slurry here. Mix them all up. You notice that it looks kind of soupy, and that's all right. You actually have to leave your falafel mix for at least about 45 minutes to an hour to allow the water to get in and soak these things all up so that they become kind of almost a little more solidified. All right. So the next thing we need to do is make some tahini sauce. Now tahini and again, falafel in general comes from the Middle East. If you go to places like Israel or Lebanon or Egypt, this is kind of the fast food. And this is one of the things that you have to add to it. Now, according to this recipe that I was reading, is we need to take 4 to 5 cloves of garlic. Well, I had 5 here. Ah, I knew there was one hiding. Now, this recipe actually said to take our garlic, crush it, which we generally do. A garlic press makes this job that much easier. Excellent. Now, the other thing that it asks for is lemon juice. And our recipe calls for 1/4 cup of lemon juice. And we can use that one for measuring, but it might be not a little bit too precise. This recipe suggested, now you can use real lemons, or in this case I'm using just real lemon juice. Take our 1/4 cup, pour it in with the garlic, and let it sit there in the garlic, allowing, I shouldn't be using my fingers, but I did wash my hands before I did this. That's the first thing you should be doing before you do any cooking anyway. And let the garlic soak up some of the lemon juice. Is basically nothing more than sesame seeds that have been ground. We all like sesame seeds, right, Ksenia? Now, the catch with this stuff is, if it's been sitting in the jar for a while, which this one has, it may have become, oh, actually this one's quite good. Sometimes it tends to solidify a little bit towards the bottom. Now we could put this into the blender, but I think we can actually dispense with the blender. It'll save us a little bit of cleanup at the end. So we're going to take half a cup of tahini and pour that into our bowl. We'll have to use, it's a little bit on the thick side. So we're going to use your rubber spatula to make sure we get it all. Oh. Now, for those who'd like to taste it, once we add all the rest of the ingredients to it, in particular a little bit of sea salt, now this particular recipe asks for a pinch of ground cumin, which I've never seen before, but being the cumin is one of those spices that you see a lot in East Indian cooking and also in cooking from the Middle East, which where tahini is actually comes from. It makes very good sense, and they're complementary flavors. We'll take all these things, we'll mix them together. Can't lose our garlic. Ooh, look at that. Now, if you notice, the moment I added the lemon juice to it, it thickened up very, very quickly. So it's a little too thick as it sits. So we're going to add, in this case, ice cold water, which in this country is easy to come by since coming out of the taps it's usually pretty cold. And we'll mix it all nicely up. If you notice, it's already thinned out a little bit. We may have to add a little bit more as this thing chills off. but we want to leave it as a nice thin sauce. Now, the other thing we need in order to make falafel is all of the fixins on the side. The fixins, so in this case we're going to put this one away since we decided at the last minute not to use it. We could actually run it through a food processor or blender to make it a little bit smoother, but we're leaving our tahini enough time so that the garlic actually has a chance to get the flavors moving out into the rest of the mixture. Now, this is basically fast food for the Middle East. So into our falafel, we have to put in, of course, our falafel balls once we have those made up, our tahini sauce. In addition, we will put in hot peppers or hot banana peppers, cucumbers. We're going to slice these things up, slice and dice. We have little miniature cucumbers. You can use full-size cucumbers if you so wish. Cucumber, another. Could even quarter this sucker. What else can we throw into it? What's our favorite vegetable? Of course. Now, we're going to use purple onions in this case. Now, we'll put our cucumbers aside here for a moment. Now the objective here is to get nice thin slices of onion. Again, purple onions tend to be a little softer in terms of their flavor compared to a regular yellow or white onion. But actually some of your white onions are and we'll cut this into little pieces. Small yet. There we go. I think half an onion might be enough. If we had pickled, sometimes you'll find they'll give you pickled onions if you go and actually go in the Middle East with these things. But we don't have pickled onions today. The other thing we need is a tomato. And I thought I had purchased a couple of them. Or we can use whole ones. We have Romas here. But we also have a bunch of little grape tomatoes.
Hey, don't worry about but only public trees. Oh, I'm sorry. You guys don't use the sound anyway, right?
Yes, we do.
Sorry, Pip.
You'll have to do some editing.
You can edit that out, right?
What?
I keep forgetting that you're videotaping. What are you making?
Falafel.
What are those for?
Falafel.
Oh, nice.
Come back. Don't run away.
Just a moment, I have to go to the bathroom.
Now these things take up. Now, the other thing you could always put into falafels is lettuce. We'll have to get ahead here and do a little bit of work on it at the moment. What do you think? Is that enough? Now, if you're in the Middle East, one of the most important vegetables that you can have come in two varieties, black and green. And what are they, Ksenia? Of course they are. Now we've sort of, in addition to our tahini sauce, we are also going to have sour cream. Now, whether or not sour cream is totally part of the deal, I can't remember. It's been a long time since I had falafel on the streets of Tel Aviv, but that's a long time ago. All right, so we got those. We can put these away. That's coming together. You could put cilantro in here. You could even put pickles in there if you wanted to. We might cheat a little bit and just use salad as our mix. And there's all the basics. All we got to do is now wait for the falafel to soak up the moisture, and then we'll be able to deep fry it.
What?
Okay, Dave.
And with a spoon, scoop little falafel balls in. Oh, use the scooper. There's our nice little falafel ball. Ooh, they're hot. It should be, oops, not very well cooked on the inside. So, throw it back. Pita. Sometimes you can take a whole pita, but a half pita is usually easier to work with. And then I usually start with falafel balls on the bottom.
I like to
Some
start with
people
salad.
Or you can intermix them.
A little bit of salad.
Another falafel ball or two.
If you put salad in, then the falafels don't fall to the bottom. I find. Falafel balls.
Add all of your, forgot the banana peppers.
Can you give me a few banana peppers? Just a few. Banana peppers are sweet and a little bit spicy. Do you put the tahini on last? I'm putting cucumbers.
You can put tahini, you can put sour cream, you can do a combination of.
I like the tahini. It's homemade tahini, right?
Yep.
Black olives.
And then
Tomatoes.
you could,
Oh, and cucumbers.
already have cucumbers.
Yeah.
And then you could swear you're walking down the streets of Tel Aviv.
It's like shawarma.
No,
No.
it's like it,
Oh.
but no,
Not
it's
that
this
shawarma.
instead of meat. Shawarma has meat.
Yeah.
And then look, a little bit of sauce. And yay! And there it is. It's beautiful. And watch this. Mmm.
Okay.